Ernest Hemingway once wrote, "There is nothing noble in being superior to your fellow man. True nobility lies in being superior to your former self." Welcome to Examining Fictional Heroes and the authors behind them. My name is Wayne Browder, and this is episode 7, Bettering Yourself. Bettering yourself has been a constant theme among man from the beginning of time. It can be found in the pages of the Bible. It can be found in the old Stoic philosophies of the Greeks. If you're young, particularly, becoming a man and becoming a better man is not a place to which you arrive. It is a constant process. I have several volumes to quote from today. All of these will come from Louis L'Amour novels. The first will be from The Warrior's Path. If I knew little, I at least knew that I knew little. And that is always a good place to start, understanding that there is always much to learn. Next, from Jubal Sackett. It is not enough to do. One must also become. I wish to be wiser, stronger, better. This, I held out my hands. This thing that is me is incomplete. It is only the raw material with which I have to work. I want to make it better than I received it. Next, from the novel, The Lonesome Gods. That he was like the others? He is not. He is vastly more complicated and much more simple. He has read more than anyone I know. But what is more important, he thinks. He thinks about what he has read, about what he has seen, and about what he has learned. And this particular theme, I hope to come back to in a later episode. Next, a couple from The Walking Drum. Appearances count for little, and I knew I must shape the character of the man I wish to be into something of worth. Up to a point, a man's life is shaped by environment, heredity, and movements and changes in the world about him. Then there comes a time when it lies within his grasp to shape the clay of his life into the sort of thing he wishes to be. Everyone has it within his power to say, "This I am today, that I shall be tomorrow." Finally, I'll be drawing from an old favorite, Bendigo Shafter. What of me? What of this person I was? What of the man I might become? Most of all, I needed what all men need, a destination. I wanted to become something, for in the last analysis, It is not what people think of a man, but what he thinks of himself. Next. A change in a man is never so evident to himself. But of course, I had experienced new things. The experiences of the long trek west, the Indian fights along that trail, the responsibilities, rustling food for the people of the town, working, watching, thinking. Even as a man shapes a timber for a house or a bridge, he is also shaping himself. He has in himself a material that can be shaped to anything he wishes it to be. The trouble is the shaping never ceases, and sometimes it has gone far along one line before a man realizes it. Next. I had been given certain flesh and certain brains susceptible of shaping, and the shaping was mine to do. Of course, I would be influenced by heredity, by the world in which I lived, and by the contacts, abrasive or otherwise. But still and all, the shaping was in my hands. What kind of man was I to be? What sort of thing must I do to become that man? Lastly, nobody is anybody until they make themselves somebody. So, we all are affected by others, by those around us, and we have an effect on others. So we must try to make sure that that is a good effect. And if you want your life to matter, you make it matter. Thank you for listening. Have a good night.